We cannot afford to leave any stone unturned. And so we're going to campaign aggressively. That's already begun. Tonight is important. It is an opportunity for the vice president to A, introduce herself, B, make sure that people understand the choice between her positive forward-looking vision that wants a new way forward for the American people against Donald Trump's dangerous, backwards-looking agenda.
All right, 10.5 hours away, but who's counting? The Harris campaign, a moment ago, that's Michael Tyler making the case for Kamala Harris, hoping to win over undecided voters at this debate against the former president. Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is with us now. Hello to you, sir. Good morning. Top of mind for you right now about tonight is what? Let's start there.
Well, top of mind tonight is to stay on the issues, talk about the border, talk about the economy and inflation, and talk about crime. Those are the #1 items that people across this nation are most concerned about. Do not lose your emotions and stick to the issues. I think it'll be a very big night because this could be the only single debate we have between these two people running for president. And Kamala Harris has avoided the press, had avoided the public, has never got one vote to run for president and campaigned or asked a question. So it's really critical what transpires tonight.
You know, Michael Tyler said several times, and Ian Sams earlier on Fox and Friends, that President Trump is only out for himself. So this is something I think that they are focusing in on. Maybe their polls or their focus groups say that this works for them as a message. But I'm thinking about some of these rallies President Trump has had, right, in Wildwood, New Jersey, for example. The people who are coming out to support him definitely think that he's for them, right? That he's not just in it for himself. How does he push back against that? Because I'm pretty sure that message will come out of Kamala Harris's debate prep and into the night.
Well, the first question is, if he was out for himself, he'd never run for president. Would he put himself or his family through this? He almost was assassinated. I've watched him personally, the places that he has gone, the compassion that he has shown, and the sacrifice that he has made. I believe anybody who's running for office and put this much effort in is not out for themselves. And I just think that's a weak focus group question that they're trying to throw out there, the same way they're trying to change every position she's had her entire life and say she's woken up and she's not opposed to everything she was before.
Let's talk about this race in a way that we haven't really gotten to, and that's the battle for the U.S. Senate. But let's say Republicans have a terrible night in 2 months, right? Let's say Kamala Harris is the next president. They take control of the House. It really feels like the Senate's the firewall. Put this graphic up here, okay? Among the toss-ups, Montana, Nevada, Ohio. You know what's not on there? West Virginia. And West Virginia is going to go red, and West Virginia is going to bring it to a minimum, right? A minimum of 50 seats for the Republicans. Do you see it the same way I do as a firewall, yes or no?
Yes, I do see it as a firewall, but I'm a little different than you are on the House. Remember, I've been able to win seats every single election when Republicans were losing. We're going to win this time. It's easier for Republicans in the House to gain seats this cycle than the last two. But you're correct about the Senate. They have a different map. We have West Virginia already there. I think Montana, then I'd look to Ohio, then I'd look to Pennsylvania and Michigan. I think we've got a real opportunity in the Senate, but really, if you're sitting back and you're worried about losing the other two, the Senate is the place that you can keep and hold, and you want to check and balance for sure.
I don't know how the debate moderators are going to try to parse out tonight's timing, but if foreign policy does come up, Israel is a possible topic, and America's support for Israel, indeed. Here's what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said about Harris and what she should try to do tonight to separate herself from Biden.
The new vice president should separate herself from Biden's policy on Israel.
I think that we need a new chapter when it comes to U.S. funding, particularly in making sure that U.S. dollars are consistent with U.S. law, which means not allowing U.S. funding to go towards forces that are engaged in human rights violations, as well as the withholding of humanitarian assistance.
How do you think she will thread that needle tonight?
Well, that tells you everything you need to know. The strongest ally America has, that was attacked on October 7th. You're almost coming up on a year anniversary. American hostages are still being held, and the Democratic Party today wants to withhold money from that. They want to support Hamas that actually supported and moved October 7th. This has been the policy that we have watched that never wanted to happen in America. And now you're having these people advocate for it. What a different Democratic Party it is today than it has been before. It's too far left, it's too liberal, and now you've got a nominee from San Francisco in Kamala Harris that has been supporting of these people now at the head of this ticket. This should actually bring people from Democrats over to support President Trump, simply on this policy alone, the support for Israel.
Got it.
Okay.
By the way, those weren't predictions a moment ago. That was just a hypothetical. Who knows? That's why you got to play the games. Okay.
You got to see. There's so much to talk about.
You two are the best at it. Nobody knows districts as well as you two. Nobody goes in depth as well as you two.
Well, we have good people to help us, including you. Thank you, former Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.